so Team Godzilla will go first. It is the intro round. Please explain to me in 2 minutes why Godzilla is the colossal creature who causes the most chaos. What a conundrum. 2 minutes, begin.
Well, I'm going to start off by actually refuting your intro, man.
Oh, shit.
I apologize. But if you think that Godzilla is just about monsters fighting monsters, you are mistaken. You see, coming into this debate, I think it's important to look at not only who Godzilla is, but what Godzilla represents. The one thing you did get right...
Oh, excuse me.
...is Godzilla was born in the wake of not one, but 2 nuclear explosions that destroyed populated Japanese cities and brought World War II to an end. Hundreds of thousands of innocent men, women, and children wiped out in moments.
Too soon?
An era that not even a decade later saw the radioactive fallout of American military testing contaminate nearby oceans, food sources, and even more of their unsuspecting citizens in the crews of nearly 100 fishing boats. Godzilla is that fear and anger given life and put on the screen. In fact, in one telling, Godzilla is literally driven by the vengeful spirits of those 250,000 restless souls. In action, Godzilla is an indestructible, unrelenting force of nature. He decimates anything set in his path. He is a living, breathing, motherfucking wrecking ball! Godzilla is the madness and fury of Hiroshima. Godzilla is the loss and devastation of Nagasaki. Godzilla is the wrath of the earth itself. Ladies and gentlemen, Godzilla does not just bring chaos, Godzilla is chaos!
Yeah. Alright. Way to pump up the crowd and also severely depress me.
You're welcome.
Hey!
My word here is done.
We won, it's fine.
Alright,
No,
so...
okay.
Too soon.
This is gonna be the too soon debate.
I'm turning it into one.
Oh, shit. Alright, so... Moving on, nerds, it is your intro round. Please explain to me in 2 minutes' time why Cthulhu is the creature who causes the most chaos. Please begin.
The start of H.P. Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu is as follows. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. Because to think of Dark Lord Cthulhu is to welcome in madness by the mere glimpse of the infinity that is his world. He fucks you up by thinking about him fucking you up.
The last time Dark Lord Cthulhu was woke, it was a vintillion ago. That's 1 and 63 zeros.
Looks about like that. For those of you who can't see it, picture 63 zeros.
63 zeros.
Put it back up, I'm not done counting yet.
Yeah.
I got it. 63 zeros.
63 zeros.
How many zeros?
63.
Oh, okay.
And since that time, his impression on the psyche, all existence has been a daily occurrence. That's how hard he messed up the world. No, the universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zach?
Let's see what we know about the man who wrote our Dark Lord Cthulhu. The father of the American horror fiction. As for his folks, however, well, his father died in a psychiatric hospital. His mother, however, well, she died in a psychiatric hospital too. Surely none of that was Dark Lord Cthulhu's doing to get a story told. I mean, it's not like the story even knowing about Dark Lord Cthulhu drives you insane and makes you a target for destruction by his cult, except all of that.
30 seconds.
So, actually, you go yours. Yours is more important because of things they said that were wrong.
That's true. You're wrong. So for the meaning of chaos,
Damn it, Bowman!
the Oxford English Dictionary, the first observed printed word of chaos was a gaping void, tentacle porn,
I was right about that.
A yawning gulf, a chasm, an abyss. This eventually changed in the 1600s to mean a formless void, a primordial matter, the great deep. Then finally, as the 1800s, a state resembling that of primitive nothingness, utter confusion, and disorder.
The Dark Lord Cthulhu.
Let's end on a whisper. All right, let's hear it for the nerds. I see the Dark Lord Cthulhu does not care about littering.
It's called fucking chaos.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, dear Lord, litter.
They were scared when you dropped a few things. Nuclear weapons.
Oh, okay, I was wondering.
Still too soon. Fine.
Yeah, okay. So, we are moving on to the attack round. But before we do, we are handing out the rebuttal tokens. The rebuttal tokens can be handed in at any point to instantly rebuttal something else the other team has made. For Team Godzilla, we have a chibi Godzilla.
And totally not scary.
And for Team Cthulhu, we have a chibi
Cthulhu is so
Fucking
terrifying.
terrifying.
both made by our sales manager, Eva. Yeah! They'll be part of the raffle prize. Get your tickets now.
Yeah!
Does that work for everything you do? Get raffle tickets. Get raffle tickets. Get raffle tickets.
Dark Lord Cthulhu.
All right, so we are moving on to the attack round. Hey, Geeks, explain to me in 2 minutes' time why Cthulhu is not the creature who causes the most chaos. 2 minutes, please begin.
Well, near as I can tell, the scariest thing Cthulhu does is whisper and start tentacle porn jokes. But I have actually consulted Mr. Stan Hyde, world-renowned Godzilla expert, for a quote here. And he noted, Shusuke Kaneko, who directed both Gamera and Godzilla, pointed out that Godzilla is a sadist who continually attacks without ever stopping or holding back. Ultimately, compared to knocking over Tokyo, Fukuoka, Osaka, Hong Kong, Sydney, Australia, New York, and many other cities, Japan and abroad, what has Cthulhu done?
Canada's safe.
He's given hideous dreams to artists. Well, when Ryler rose from the deep, Cthulhu awoke to ooze. And that was pretty much it. I don't remember him even slapping someone with a tentacle. Frankly, Cthulhu's direct destruction can pretty much be described on the head of a pin, while Godzilla has leveled city after city, quote, no contest.
Yeah!
The other reference here is a point that you guys actually made in your introduction, and I thank you for spelling out how long it's been since we've seen Cthulhu do jack
Yes.
shit. Because the rest of that ventrillion years that we've had since his last comeuppance has been him doing jack shit on the bottom of the ocean. Godzilla, on the other hand, is on a continual rampage and will continue to bring the chaos day in and day out to Tokyo and around the world.
Now, let's assume that, what would it take to get Cthulhu to wake up? I mean, I think you have to ask for permission, fill out some forms.
Literally, the stars have to align.
What did we have?
The stars actually literally have to align. Well, first off, you need, for Comic-Con, and the name of an elder god. You also would need virgin sacrifices, and depending on the size, you're looking at 7 to 10 sacrifices. So, first you gotta find them. And then second of all, it's 7 to 22 day prep, variably.
Lots of time to stop them. There's probably
Before the fight even gets started, all we have to do is go pick up and...
At the end of all that, the Elder God Ancient One has to decide to come out if he kind of wants to.
Be in the mood. Not to mention that Cthulhu is afraid of star radiation.
Star radiation. Keep it where he is.
Saying.
Godzilla? Nothing. Have you ever seen Godzilla afraid? Never. Just walks right through whatever is in his path.
He was done. The first into the fray, and we're talking about Cthulhu literally calling it night if he has a headache.
All right. Say yes, I think we've all used the I don't want to do it tonight, I have a headache line, so...
I wish you wouldn't use it so often, though, with us. That's all I'm saying. It's just once in a while.
I'm gonna... Alright, the first debate was so civil. Which is weird because it was serial killers.
You're dealing with chaos.
Yeah, really. Alright, so moving on for the attack round for the nerds. Nerds, please explain to me in 2 minutes why Godzilla doesn't do that much chaos. You got 2 minutes. Please begin.
All right, clench up, you rubber suit wearing bastards. Here we go. Zilla is a response to the use of further threat of nuclear war. He's a warning of destruction, not of chaos. Destruction is when you knock shit down. Chaos is when you knock down reality so the shit you build after is made of plant matter and living creatures. In the 1991 film Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, scientists from the future send back monsters because Japan is now the new world power. It has the best economy, and it is the best country in the world. So Godzilla isn't doing that good a goddamn job even destroying Japan. It turns out fine. Godzilla is later used to entertain children. He has a son. He, in fact, teams up to repeatedly save the Earth from outside threats. He maintains the goddamn status quo. That is not chaos. 1968, destroy all monsters. After all monsters are shortly controlled by an alien force, Zilla lays a bitch smack on them with atomic breath, and the monsters, because he instinctively knows the enemies of Earth, and then at the end of the film, he and the other monsters peacefully return to Monster Island because they're done defending cities from being destroyed. 2004, Godzilla Final Wars, when aliens, creatively named Zillions, come to Earth and unleash literally every goddamn monster in the franchise. Zilla maintains the status quo of Earth by saving it from literally every other monster in the franchise. If he was an agent of chaos, he would have said, hey, here's the good spots, let's knock those down first.
30 seconds.
At the end of all of this, do you know where he goes back to? His 2-level condo in Monster Island with his son, who he slowly raises and teaches the ways of being a polite monster and getting good grades, because he's aging.